What up, everybody? Today we are cleaning the mass airflow sensor on this Toyota V8 4.7. Maybe you got a rough idle. Maybe something just ain't doing what it should. This is a great first step in figuring that out. If you got a Tundra, a Sequoia, maybe you got a Lexus, an LX, a GX, heck, maybe you swap this thing into a Sienna. I don't know what's really going on. We're gonna clean the mass airflow sensor. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be easy. Let's get to it. All right, so you might be wondering, where on earth is the mass airflow sensor? Well, it's where the air is. Right here, we got the air box. If you look right here, you got your nice little MAF, your mass airflow sensor. This is gonna be secured by two little bolts here. These little bolts, as you can see, just like that. Some people take a Phillips to these and totally round them off. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Best thing you can do for yourself, go out there, buy a little Japanese, I call them Japanese, I don't know what they're actually called, Japanese screwdriver set. This one just has like little attachments here, pop them in and out. It's a #1 style. It gets a little bit deeper, it doesn't round off the threads, the head of the bolt. Way nicer than the Phillips, I find on all my Japanese vehicles, just a way nicer fit. Anyways, you're gonna take those two bolts out, slide this plug off this plug, just gonna push down on this, lifts up the tab, pull it back, slide this sucker out. Boom. This one looks pretty clean. I'm guessing it was actually replaced by the previous owner. All you're gonna do, you see that? There's a little hole in there. Like, some grime can get caught in there. So what we're gonna do, just have a towel sit there, get yourself some mass airflow sensor cleaner. Some people will say, hey, it's interchangeable. You can use like throttle body cleaner if you're doing one big job. Don't do that. This is better for the mass airflow sensor. All that other stuff, it can have more abrasive chemicals. You don't want to mess with sensors. This is what's telling your vehicle if you can come in or out, if you're air. So all we're gonna do, we're just gonna spray air down. Ooh, missing my little nozzle. Get nice and in there. We really want to flush that out. Flip it over. I'm actually gonna go get a little red, I was gonna call it a targeting system. What am I talking about? Just a little nozzle, one of those extended things to try to get in there. Today I was not prepared for this video. I found my red targeting system, also known as, I still don't actually know the name. I'm gonna call it a sprayer sniper, a little long nose attachment. Anyways, I got the sensor clean targeting system here. Now with the red nozzle, we can actually really get in there. All these little, oh, I just sprayed that in my own mouth. Oh well, I'll be clean. Just in this hole is the biggest place. Gonna get right in there, boom, 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 clean that sucker out. Oops, I dropped my phone. Now right in there we wanna get in. Make sure this is real clean. Like I was saying before, this piece basically says to your computer in your car, hey, this is how much air we're gonna let into the engine because you need to make sure your air-fuel ratio is right, all that stuff. Kind of think of this piece as like, if you've ever been to an amusement park, you got like the little thing that tells you how tall you are, if you're tall enough to ride on the line. This is doing that job for your car. If this thing ain't working, you're gonna have people that are too short coming on your ride. You might even have people that are too tall, they're gonna hit their head on something. You gotta be careful. So keeping this thing in check is making sure the right amount of air is going into your engine at the right time. Super basic if you think about it. If you're getting the wrong air-fuel ratios, you're gonna have a rough idle. You might have trouble with acceleration, torque, all this stuff. Let's check out the first thing in the system when it comes to the problem. For that, air filter, make sure that's not clogged. Next, mass airflow sensor. This can be, in my experience, quite a few times out of 10, the problem with a rough idle. This thing's clean. I'm gonna let it sit for about maybe like 20 minutes here. Make sure it dries out. We don't want none of that in my system. Be right back. Now that this sucker's dry, same as how we took it out. Put her back in. You got your nice little screws going in here. Make sure to start them with your hand, or at least super lightly, otherwise you can cross-thread them. That would suck. Don't drop them either, that would suck a lot too. You're gonna wanna just, this is tough with one hand, oh, we're good. Start them, tighten those suckers up, put your plug back in, all done. Start it. You might have a higher idle at the start just because you cleaned it, your system's relearning. Everything is clean, right? Everything is pretty much new, so it needs to relearn its new pattern. If you've been doing something for a long time, you've been doing it a certain way, all of a sudden someone comes and changes something, you have to relearn how to do it. Your car's gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep going. I'm actually gonna clean the throttle body next, and then I'm gonna do plugs. Super easy on this vehicle when you have the intake off. So anyways, all the best. Hope that went well. Cheers.